What's up YouTube? Shamu Aquariums here, bringing you guys a major update on the 135 gallon shark tank, which can now officially be called the 135 gallon planted tank. So I'm going to start with the smallest update and then work my way up from there. As you can see, you can already see some rocks along the bottom of the tank, especially I'll get to the one on the right in a minute, but I did put one of the rocks from my old rock formation and put it right in the middle under this arch formed by this driftwood here, just to bring a little bit more life to the bottom of the tank, because I've always felt like this part was a little bare, but I didn't want to hinder the swimming room too much, because as you can see, I have that foot-long pleco in here, and I also have a lot of rose lines that like to hang out over here. So with that little rock there, it makes it look less bare, and the fish can easily just swim right over it. And then I'm gonna move on to this part of the tank. So across the entire tank, I pretty much removed 90% of the artificial plants, and I replaced them with live anubias. So I put this new piece of driftwood over here laying over the log here, and I tied some new anubias to it with zip ties. Yeah, I'm using a lot of zip ties lately. And then I also put these two rocks in front of the log just to like blend it in a little more, make it look more natural. And now, if it weren't for this foot-long pleco, that log cave would be gone. But obviously I don't want to take away my big pleco's only hiding space that he can fit in, because that pleco's a foot long, this log cave is like a foot and a half long, and it's the only cave he can fit in. But yeah, I still want to do more with this part of the tank. I'll figure that out later. That piece of driftwood is in an awkward spot because it's not like one of those big curvy pieces of manzanita wood. It's a straight stick. So it's not like it's a big curvy one where I can just like put it in the corner and then just have it arch over. So yeah, I might do something else with that later on. And that fake plant in the corner that goes all the way up to the surface, that's like one of the only two live plants I have in here. Now we're gonna save now it's on to the most major part of the update. The rock formation is no more. So I replaced the rock castle with all this manzanita wood with a bunch of anubias tied to it. And I also got these 3 new Siryu stones, however you pronounce it. They look really nice in here. I gotta get that gravel off the top of it. Got this one little piece here. Let's not look at it from this angle. This little piece here was meant to hide the end of the driftwood here. There's another rock, or a couple rocks from the old rock formation. I decided to leave them there, make a small little cave out of it for the cories. And I did leave one of the little logs in here just so my red-tailed shark, or my largest red-tailed shark, and the cories would have a place to hide in. And then there's the other only remaining fake plant in here. But I really do like these big rocks. I'm not gonna add any more Ziryu stone because I do hear that it messes with your water parameters a little bit. Obviously, I only have 3 pieces in here. It's about 12 pounds of Ziryu stone, or Siryu stone, however you pronounce it. So in a 135 gallon tank, it's not really gonna affect anything. But I heard it does affect pH and water hardness. But then again, I have a lot of driftwood in here, which will counteract that. And I'm gonna start off with, somebody asked me this question on Facebook recently. They asked me why all of my live plants are tied to the driftwood instead of being planted into the gravel. Well, the reason for that is because a lot of the live anubias you see in here, for 5 years they were all floating at the top of the tank in the left corner for like 4 to 5 years. And the reason for that is because I did previously attempt to plant them into the gravel, but this guy is an asshole. If I plant any live plants into the gravel, he will uproot them. So yeah, I do have to have them tied to driftwood with zip ties, and I have to have them higher up, out of reach or out of sight, out of mind. And just for further insurance, they are zip tied to the wood. So if he does get up there, he will not be able to move them. But yeah, and the reason why all of my live plants are anubias is just simply because anubias are the only live plant I've been able to keep alive. Every other live plant I've tried, they would always die. And the last update I will point out, you guys probably wouldn't notice unless I pointed it out, but I only have 2 rainbow sharks and 2 red-tailed sharks left in here. I ended up getting rid of 2 of the rainbow sharks, and those 2 remaining rainbow sharks might go soon too. And the reason why I've decreased the numbers with the rainbow sharks and red-tailed sharks is simply because I just did not want to have that many in here. I had 4 rainbow sharks and 2 red-tailed sharks in here, and I just felt like they just were in the way, you know? Now, in the past, if you guys watch my much older videos, you guys will see that I used to have a pretty healthy group of rainbow sharks and red-tailed sharks, and they were all adults. They were like fully grown, like 6+ inches, and they all lived to full adulthood, old age. There's even videos you can see of them all swimming peacefully together with minimal aggression. And yeah, I had success with keeping multiple rainbow sharks and red-tailed sharks in the past, and the group I have now has been going pretty smoothly, but I just simply don't want to do that anymore. I prefer to have just 1 or 2 red-tailed sharks in here. That way they would stand out. I like those guys as a centerpiece fish, but they can't really be a centerpiece fish if there's a bunch of them and they all look the same. So yeah, I just want to just have room for more diversity in the tank. So if I do end up getting rid of those 2 remaining rainbow sharks soon, I may end up replacing them with more rainbow fish. I currently have 9 Bosemani rainbows and 2 turquoise rainbows in here, and I do want to replace those rainbow sharks with another type of rainbow fish. Obviously, I don't want to get more Bosemanis or more turquoise rainbows. I might look for albino millennium rainbow fish, or maybe even try Pracox rainbow fish. And there goes my pearl gourami chasing the rainbows around. But another fish I've looked at I've actually been eyeballing this fish for the last couple months. I might consider adding an electric blue acara to this tank. And the reason why I've been hesitating is because I've been trying to find out, I've been asking multiple different people, looking at a bunch of different sources to see if I can only just get 1. And the reason why I only want to get 1 electric blue acara is because I absolutely do not want fish breeding in here. Because can you imagine me having to catch 100 baby electric blue acaras out of this tank? I would have to tear the whole tank apart to get them all out. I really do not want to deal with that. I do not want to have any breeding fish, because I just simply do not want to deal with it. So I'm if I get an electric blue acara, I can't tell the males and females apart, so I would most likely only get 1. Most people are saying that it'll be fine if I just get 1, so who knows, pretty soon you may see an electric blue acara swimming around in here. I'm not gonna get any rams or anything like that. Rams, I've never had much luck with rams, but an electric blue Acara, I do know I have compatible species in here for them, so maybe I'll get one of those soon. And I kind of want to get rid of the Serpe Tetras, but those things will be impossible to catch. But they're actually starting to grow on me lately, so maybe I'll keep them. But yeah, it's pretty much what's been going on with the tank recently. I really love the looks of the Bosemani rainbows. Earlier today, right after I got done rescaping and I was refilling the tank, because while doing the rescape I also did a water change, because you know, when you're doing a rescape you're disturbing the gravel, stirring all kinds of shit around. So I did a water change too, and as soon as I got finished with that, one of my male Bosemani rainbows was just going absolutely nuts. And I don't know if they ended up spawning, but like two of the rainbow fish, that one male and one of the smaller Bosemanis was like, they were like shaking around, like spinning in circles together. And next thing I know, my Serpe Tetras like came over here and started swarming, and like they looked like they were eating something. So who knows, did they just like friggin' spawn and lay some eggs in here? I shall never know. But like those Serpe Tetras came over and they were eating something that I couldn't see. But yeah, I like the looks of the new part of the tank. There's only 2 artificial plants left, so now this tank can probably officially be called a planted tank. If it weren't for that big pleco, that log would be gone. So yeah, that's all for today's update. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get a full tank shot here. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.